running a system check, so ain't nothing too crazy going on. I'm trying to see if everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. So don't mind me. If you join, well, I got plenty of things to talk about. So come on through, hit the like button, subscribe, say something in the chat, and let me know that you're here. We can get it cracking. We can definitely get it cracking. But I'm just trying to see what, if anything, if my system is working. I'm trying to see if my mic is working, can you hear me? I got to pull some stuff up. I can pull it up on the phone or on the computer because I can't hear it. So, okay, I got somebody that maybe said something. Oh, they. So, like I said, I'm just here to try to figure out if my system is working. I really want to have a conversation. Right, so that's good. There go another one. Okay, so now I know I'm live. Now I know it's working. I know the phone is working. That's cool. So the phone is working, ladies and gentlemen. That's definitely a good thing. That's a plus. Because I couldn't get it to come up to work on the computer. So I still got to work on them settings. But I did want to try and figure out why nothing else was working. You know, I go to the website, I go to the YouTube page, and it says I'm live, but nothing is opening up. Okay, now I know it's live. So now, and I see, I mean, it looks fine. I wonder what happens if I go like this. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. No. So let me see if I can unlock my orientation. Now, it's orientation. Even when I do it that way, orientation stays locked. So much for that. So like I said, I am live. Just trying to see. Okay, so my phone is working. And with the phone, the mic is pretty decent. It's not as the bass in the voice ain't as nice. I'm trying to hit these little buttons. Chat filter, top messages, community moderation. I ain't going with that. Start a poll, start a question. I ain't going with that. So I take it Tuesdays ain't gonna work too well. Like I said, so test number 1 was whether or not my mic can be heard. And test number 2 was whether or not anybody was going to jump online with me. I got plenty of things to talk about, but I wanted to wait to see if the algorithm was going to hustle up the members, the subscribers, to tell them that I'm actually live. I'm now seeing that there's 4 people watching, so that's a good thing. One of the things that I was going to talk about, now I'm saying 8 people watching, so something is working. The algorithm, and that suggests to me that YouTube's algorithm works a lot more for the mobile than it does for the computer. Could be just a theory. I can't prove it entirely, but considering I was on for 5 minutes on the computer and had almost nobody, and and I'm on 5 minutes on the phone, and I'm getting a few people who come in, they come check it out. They may not like what they're hearing. I ain't saying but so much anyhow. And they start to leave, but at least they came on. That's one thing. But how y'all doing? This is Shabazz with the proper perspective. I usually talk about pro-black stuff. If that might be interesting to you, then you can stick around. I also talk about good food to eat. During the daytime, I especially talk about good food. Might be going to a Jamaican restaurant, and I'll go live and show you what that food look like. But I also talk about YouTube itself for people that's looking to grow their channel and improve their stats. That's another thing that I like to talk about. If you are here, if you plan on sticking around, you may not, but if you plan on sticking around, say something in the chat and let me know you're here. Let me know you plan on sticking around, and I'll dive deep into the convo. If you got your own YouTube channel and you want me to shout it out, you want me to put it on the screen or something like that, I encourage everybody to help promote each other. I encourage you to tell me what your YouTube page is. I'll go on over there and follow it and subscribe and check out some of the content that you're making. And I would encourage you to do the same thing with my channel. So like I said, I'm just running the test. If you do continue to stick around, we will have a conversation about how to grow your channel. Lately, some of the groups that I've been in, there's so much talk of sub for sub. I get all these little text messages, whether I'm on Facebook or in a WhatsApp group or what have you. Hey bro, check out my channel, sub and I'll sub back. You know, and most times I go ahead and do it. For one, I'm bit by the curiosity. 100 men or one gorilla? Okay, Kelby Lyon, that's a good question. I was actually gonna talk about that too. Kelby, excuse me. It ain't like I'm smoking. I don't know where the hell that come from. But Kelby Lyon wants to know 100 men or one gorilla. I'm gonna put my if we gonna go generic with it, just right off top, I'm gonna say one gorilla. And I know that might run against the general talk. I think there's more people saying that the 100 men, but I'm like, okay, shout out to Xavier Perez, who says 100 men for sure. I don't too many to overpower the gorilla. I get that. It does seem like it's too many to overpower the gorilla. But before you get to that point, who are going to be the first 10 men that's going to step up and sacrifice their lives so that the other 90 can organize and work together to overpower? I'm like, now Kelby Lyon says, I'm with you. I've seen a bad mattress ruin a man. I just can't imagine who's going to be. God bless, man, love, keep it up. Shout out to Xavier Perez. I appreciate you for stopping by. You know, if you don't have a set of men, clearly the men can organize. Clearly the men have the brain power to out-strategize the gorilla. At least that's the running theory that we as humans foster amongst ourselves. Thank you, Xavier. But I'd like to know who's going to be the first set of men that's going to sacrifice their life, or at least their limbs. They may not die, but they're going to be gravely disfigured in the first round of attack. If you don't get that situated, then there's going to be 50 men going to walk away. 50 of the men gonna walk away and say, I'm not here for this. I'm not fighting no damn gorilla. So I don't know how people gonna really jump aboard this idea that the men is gonna win. Half the men gonna desert the mission. Half the men gonna desert the mission. Shout out to Shabazz Music. saying half the men gonna desert the mission. So yeah, like I said, I'm just here to check out the test equipment. I did test. The phone is working just fine. Mic is still rocking and rolling. I don't think it sounds good. I think it sounds horrible. But if the main idea is that you hear me, problem solved. Anything else other than that, I would much rather. I typically use my laptop computer setup, and I got this mic. You can't really see it that well, but I got this mic here, a Blue Yeti, as I was told. In case anybody is wondering, it's the Blue Yeti, and it I think it works wonders on the human voice, at least for podcasting. So, you know, like I said, I'm just here to chat with anybody that joins, chat with anybody that's interested. The idea, the real reason I jumped online was to see whether or not people were really interested in building a community to help grow your YouTube channel. And apparently, in the groups that I'm in, ain't too many people really giving them. All they want is sub to sub. All we want is sub to sub. But so it is what it is. I ain't mad at that. I just learned my lesson and keep it moving. All this sub to sub is funny to me, honestly. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, because I do it too. Like I said, when I see people say sub to my channel, I usually at least take a look to see what it is. And most times I will sub if there's something even remotely interesting. I will sub. Now, whether or not I'm gonna come back and check out their content after that, I'm probably not. Now, of course, if they go live or when they post a new video, I'll get the notification. But here's a question for you. Do the notifications come to your phone or do they go to your email? Now, I know for me, most times they go to my email, which means I ain't checking for them. I don't get a lot of notifications to my phone. Maybe it's because I got my phone turned off. I don't know. But that's what it is. That's what it suggests to me. Or rather, I should say it this way. What it suggests to me is the algorithm ain't hustling that hard. The algorithm ain't hustling that hard for me. So I don't really see sub for sub as a meaningful procedure to grow your channel. But like I said, who cares, right? It is what it is. And all I really wanted to do, I checked my computer. The sound was messed up, but I fixed it. I checked my phone. The sound was messed up, but I fixed it. So in that regard, problem solved. So I'm not going to spend that much time left on here. I'm gonna get out and holler. I may come back later when I hit this Jamaican restaurant. But thanks for tuning in, and I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.